seated. The seance has begun.
Kazam,
Quiet! Do not disturb the trance. Please. Join hands. Do not break the circle. Whatever happens here, I must warn you. Do not leave the table. Keep your hands joined. Look into the crystal.
Who's that? Margaret, it's you. Margaret. Margaret.
You killed him! You killed my husband!
Look at him!
Who are you?
My name's Penfield. I'm a private investigator. Mrs. Rysdale's lawyer hired me to keep an eye on her.
You were in that cabinet all the time?
Long enough to figure out you couldn't have killed Kazam. Nor Mrs. Rysdale either.
Well, how do you know that?
Because I watched the hands on the table. Neither Sid nor Mrs. Rysdale ever got their hands free during the seance. But Kazam's dead, all right. Martha, you fired at him, but did you hit him? Lo, you had a gun in your hand. Lois, you had the opportunity, and so, Arnold, did you. Any one of you could be the murderer.
All right. The crystal ball guards its secrets well. Now, who done it? And how? And why?
Well, the evidence is all in, and in just a minute, detectives, you can question the suspects. And while you're marshaling your thoughts, here's a thought worth marshaling. Here now are the 4 murder suspects in person. First, there's Lowe. Remember, he carried a revolver. Next, Lois, the wife who wanted Kazam to hold one last seance. And then Arnold, the assistant to the victim. And finally, Martha, who took a shot at Kazam. Now, in our game, there's a very important rule, and that is that only the guilty may lie. The innocent suspects must tell the truth. The other characters in the film have all been cleared by Penfield, who, by the way, is not the murderer because he's really a private eye. So you can forget about Sid, you can forget about Mrs. Rysdale, but remember, it has to be one of these 4 suspects here on stage. So right now, let us start questioning with our professional, Mr. Dick Halley. I want you to look at these suspects, ask any of them questions as you may wish.
Thank you, Jack. Mr. Lowe, what time did you arrive at the seance?
At 9 o'clock.
At 9 o'clock? How much money did you carry with you at the time?
$4,000.
All in cash?
Yes, sir.
What caliber gun do you have?
38.
38?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Lois, you were married to the mystic?
Yes.
And why, besides the fact that there might have been more money made that particular evening, did you not want to leave the city at that time? Was there another reason?
No, that was the only
It
reason.
was the only reason, the money.
Yes.
And you, Arnold, did you have another reason for not wanting to leave the city besides the money?
No other reason. We had a good deal going.
And Martha, are you actually crippled, or is this a pose?
It isn't a pose, or at least it wasn't. I had a very serious accident about 3 years ago. My both legs were paralyzed. The doctor said I would never walk again, but I wouldn't settle for that, so I began exercising, unbeknownst to anyone else. Took me over 2 years, well over 2 years, to regain the strength of my limbs, and now I walk without any difficulty.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Halley. Now, Stan Ross, the advertising executive. Would you like to question the panel?
Yes, Mr. Lowe, why did you bring a gun to the seance? Did you anticipate trouble of some sort?
Oh, no, I carried a large amount of money.
That's why you carried the gun?
I always carry a gun when I carry a large amount of money.
I see, all right. Martha, did you come to the seance intending to kill Mr. Kazam?
Yes, I did.
You did. Are you normally a good shot?
Oh, an excellent shot.
You are.
Oh, yes, in college I was the champion. As a matter of fact, no one ever exceeded or excelled my record.
Wonderful.
Have you ever been half shot?
Continue, Mr. Ross.
Arnold, was there anything between you and Lois other than the normal business relationship?
Absolutely nothing.
You're getting a little chummy there, it seemed to me, and looked like there was something more. But you say, Lois, that you were married to the deceased.
Of course I was married to him.
And business had been good. Where did you intend to go after you blew this town?
To Mexico.
All right, let's move on to Jan Sterling. Jan?
Lois, have you had any feeling besides just a business feeling for Arnold?
Absolutely none.
Arnold, did you talk at any time during the evening on the phone between 7 o'clock and the time the time the man was shot?
Talk on the phone?
Yes.
No, I did not.
You did not. Martha, had you ever met or talked to Mr. Kazan before?
No, never.
Okay, Jan. Groucho?
Mr. Lowe, why did you carry this money in cash? Why didn't you have traveler's checks? Or don't you belong to the Diners Club?
Well, I don't understand. You're joking about this.
Yeah, I think that's a little irrelevant there, Groucho.
No, it's a little elephant, yes, but it's not
Irrelevant.
Oh, I don't hear very well. You'll have to talk louder. Lois, what are you doing later?
Groucho, you're supposed to tell me who the murderer is.
Oh, well, I'm trying to find out through...